Hey friends, welcome back to Confessions of a Hmong Shaman. When I was growing up, I always recall my mom always telling us whenever we go somewhere, hey, don't throw rocks because you might hit something. When they was referring to something, that meant like a ghost or a wandering spirit. They also told us that for us not to pick up any toys or things at the park or wherever we go that's not ours because there could be a spiritual attachment to the item. I always tell my kids the same things now when we go out too, but we always have that one stubborn child that doesn't listen. This was exactly that case. A sister had reached out to me to help her look into her son. He kept crying at night around the same time every day and has been having terrible nightmares. Sometimes he claims that he sees things or he's too scared to sleep alone. This went on for many sleepless nights. When I started the session, I saw a vivid picture or image of a couple playing soccer. So I assumed that maybe her husband played soccer. So I asked the sister, I said, hey, does your husband play soccer? She then answered and said, no, he doesn't. So I looked back into it again and I saw like a park like setting with some hills and trees surrounding the park. I then asked them if they went to the park recently before the symptoms started. She then responded and tells me that they go to the park nearby quite frequently, so she's not sure. I further investigated and I noticed a little boy standing next to her son. I asked that ghost boy why was he following her son around and scaring him in the middle of the night. The boy then tells me that the other boy, which is her son, threw a rock at him. This was his exact word. I was playing by myself and all of a sudden I was hit by a rock. I was so angry that I followed the boy who threw the rock at me, and at nighttime I would scare him. I then asked my shaman guides to confirm to see if the boy was telling the truth, and they came back and told me that he was in fact telling the truth. The ghost boy then showed me the scene of how it happened. It all played out like a movie. I saw a scene of a little boy throwing a rock, while they showed me the mother's back turned around, and then there was a sister staring at her brother who tossed the rock at the ghost little boy. As soon as the clip played out, then the ghost boy said that the little boy who threw the rock at me was there with his sister. His sister is just a little bit older than him. I then was kind of baffled by it. Then the little ghost boy did reiterate that at the time the boy threw the rock, the mom wasn't watching, so she did not see her son throw the rock. I then turned and asked the mother to see if she recalled seeing her son throw a rock at the park. Based off what the ghost told us, that's what she said. That's what the ghost boy said that happened, and they said that he have a sister that was present at the time. It seems like she's a bit older than your son only. Do you happen to have a daughter? She then answers me and tells me that yes, she does have a daughter, and her son throws rocks quite often. So I asked her to see if she can ask her daughter so that we can confirm to see whether or not the boy threw the rock. But then the mom insisted that the sister wasn't going to remember. So if they said that he threw a rock, then he must have thrown a rock. The mom also recalled some facts about from the beginning where I saw a couple playing soccer. The mom then recalled that while they were there at the park, there was a couple playing soccer there. So I was shown like a portion of the scene, but I had to dig a little bit deeper in order to figure out the whole puzzle. So the mom gave me the okay to negotiate with with a ghost boy. So we ended up negotiating about 10 joss paper bolts and for all the symptoms to disappear within the next 3 days. Once that 3 days have passed, then we'll call the ghost boy to come grab his money. So 3 days went by. Their son is now sleeping like an angel. No more crying at night. No more nightmares. So 3 days later, the mom ended up calling me and telling me that everything's okay now. So for us to call that ghost boy back to get his money. So we ended up calling that boy back, and after he got his money, I ended up warding the boy away and double checking their house to make sure that it was clean. Ever since then, it's been quiet as a mouse. So when I was little, I used to think that my mom and them was just over exaggerating and that they're just telling stories to kind of scare us because we were young and dumb. But now that I think about it, and after going through all this, I finally realized that maybe the stories that they used to tell us is true. So when they say for us not to throw rocks because we might hit something on the spiritual side, it's very true, and it's a potential learning lesson for us all. That basically sums it up for today's story. I want to thank all of you guys for listening. Those who haven't helped us like, subscribed, or comment on the channel, please help us do so. We would appreciate it very much. And if you have any stories that you would like to share, please send us an email. Our email is in the link or bio below. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys on the next one.